What's up, guys? It is me once again here to bring you a review of Tna Impact from the 19th of August, I think it is. Now, before I get started on this, following up from last week's the whole effing show impact was always going to be tough. Um, if I'm being completely honest, tonight's impact wasn't all that great for me anyway. It wasn't particularly great, but anyway, let's get started. So the show starts in a kind of novel way of showing the people just coming in and Hardy and Abyss brawling all around the arena. Basically, they do that for about 5 minutes, and that's that. And we're brought back up to date to present time with Eric Bischoff coming down to the ring. Now, I hated this promo. I really did not like it at all. Anyway, Bischoff says that Flair, excuse me, will be held accountable. He says that he's sorry. He apologises to Dixie Carter and says that Abyss has no idea what's going for him. And he gives us an update on RVD. Now, okay, alright, you've got to draw the line somewhere. Now, last week, I loved what they did with RVD. Okay? I don't like... Here's the thing, RVD was going to take time out from TNA because they've used nearly all his dates up that they've booked him for. Fair enough. Would it have not made more sense to have RVD drop the title to Abyss? I mean, Abyss, you know, is being pushed to the top by Hogan. Not very well only until recently has he been actually, you know, a decent push. I consider Abyss being his old self decent. Excuse me again. And you know, it would have made more sense to me. You could have had Abyss win the title last week, then go to attack RVD with Janice. Have the EV2 guys come out for the save RVD, then Fortune and Lights go out, and then you just carry on from that. Fortune beat ECW guys up, Abyss takes RVD, does his whole thing, RVD's out, enough about it, we've got a new world champion. But the thing I hated about this, I'm coughing a lot here, but the thing I hated about this, it wasn't so much the storyline I liked, alright, I hate people that think they're clever in some way by going onto people's videos or whatever it is saying, you know, this is fake and wrestling's fake, and you know, you're like, well done, somebody give that guy an Oscar because he is just fucking amazing. You know, everybody knows this. So I mean, I always say just enjoy the show, enjoy the angles. No, they're not real. RVD is not dead. He would have been dead if he'd have been hit with that thing. It's part of the show, you know. Uh, so so that bit's fine with me. I could buy into that. I didn't like Eric Bischoff going overboard. He went completely overboard in this promo, saying RVD's punctured this, that, his other. He split his ass in two. He's got 107 stitches, and there is no need for that. Okay, I mean, yes, I'll buy into the storyline, but don't insult my intelligence. Don't insult the fans' intelligence. At the end of the day, we know he's not hurt. All right. Yes, it's a storyline. I liked it. People liked it. Everybody pretty much universally liked it because it was different. But just come out and say, RVD, you're going to be out for some time, we wish him all the best. Leave it at that. You don't have to go into this kayfabe bullshit of saying, you know, oh, here's all these stitches. I mean, when he comes back, are they going to put face paint on him and make him look like he's got stitches and all kinds of shit? No. So don't give us this crap. Anyway, Bischoff then says that the belt is being vacated and there's going to be the 8 of the top 10 will be competing in a tournament for the belt. Again, would have made more sense to just give it to Abyss. Anyway, so we have the first match in the first round of this tournament. Terry versus Jeff Hardy. Now, I hate Rob Terry with a passion. I think he's shit. He's a muscle-bound idiot who can hardly wipe his own ass. But he has also been pushed by Hogan and Bischoff. Now, Jeff Hardy says been brawling with Abyss. He comes out in street clothes holding his ribs and still manages to get the win over a guy that Hogan and Abyss are pushing. Also, the first 2 matches in this tournament were face-on-face matches, which just completely killed the crowd. Nobody knew who to cheer for. So anyway, Jeff Hardy gets the win with a swandon. It sounds like a condom. A swanton. Fortune arrive after this match with a video thing backstage. Video package for last week. And a Hogan promo saying on the phone that he's thinking about quitting. If he actually meant this, alright, I would not be sat down now. I would be skipping around, jumping, with probably my balls out, to be perfectly honest, and you would turn off the video. But anyway, RVD was like the president, he says. That would completely explain why RVD was poorly booked, hardly given any mic time whatsoever, never given any time to come to the ring and just cut a promo. That's because apparently Hogan thought the world of him. I'd hate to think how he treats a guy who he thinks doesn't have it. But anyway, so we have the next match, Jay Lethal versus Mr. Anderson. This was a decent match, but again, it makes no sense. Jay Lethal was pushed to the moon not so long ago. He beat Ric Flair. You know, Hogan saying the company's about him, he's the future and all this. It's another face-on-face match. No one knows who to cheer for. It kills the crowd. And then, like I said, Jay pushed to the moon and loses to Mr. Anderson, who is also being pushed, but not as much as Jay Lethal. So, kind of makes no sense to me. There's a handshake after the match. Then we have a Guns promo, the same Guns promo that we have seen, well, 2 weeks in a row now, about 7,000 times. The one from Reaction, and then a caption after it saying in action next week. I don't mind that, you know, I'm a big Guns fan. To me, they're the best tag team around today, and that includes Kings of Wrestling. But possibly ever, to be honest with you. That's how highly I rate the Guns. But, you know, in action next week, if they've given them time off, I mean, they've just had an epic best of 5 series, an epic match last week, give them some time off. I mean, we all see what happens when wrestlers are overworked and exhausted, don't we, Vince? Anyway, knockout title match next. Angelina Love versus Madison Rayne. Madison Rayne comes out with the biker chick. Angelina Love comes out with Velvet Sky. Short, average, enough said. Angelina Love returns. Anyway, Fortune comes out next and welcomes Douglas Williams to Fortune. Disagree with Doug Williams being in Fortune. I think if you had the X Division in Fortune, it should have been Kaz. I cannot remember the last time we saw an X Division match on Impact or at pay-per-view. I cannot remember the last time Doug Williams defended that belt, and I think that if you'd have had Kaz go after it, obviously you get X Division matches with 2 great wrestlers, and yeah, you'd have brought the X Division back in, because it's just simply being forgot. Also, Matt Morgan is a bodyguard. Why does Ric Flair need a bodyguard when he has, what is it, 6 guys around him? 5, 6 guys? I don't know. He calls the ECW guys a circus act and not wrestlers. Completely disagree, but never mind. AJ on mic. He says that he is TNA and this is the house that TNA built. Absolutely true. Dixie comes out and says that it may be the house that AJ built, but it's the house that she owns. EV2 guys come out. Dixie gives them all contracts. Well done, Dixie. Here's the thing with the EV2 guys, just stopping it there, right? I love DCW. If you see my other videos, I'm one of the few reviewers that actually liked Hardcore Justice. I liked it because I thought it was their goodbye thing, and it was a huge nostalgia thing for me. But they are old, and most of them cannot wrestle. Is it wise to give them a contract? Foley says he told Flair to come to TNA, and now he regrets it. Foley works for Dixie and not Flair. Flair also says that in his resume, where does it say that he takes orders from women? I can point out in his resume where it shows him getting his ass kicked by a woman, but never mind. Dreamer versus AJ made for the main event. Shit, I'm running out of time. Anyway, Doug Williams versus Kurt Angle match of the night. Great little match. Why isn't Williams defending the X Division? Who cares? Well, I care, but who knows? But yeah, brilliant little match. Kurt Angle won. Surprise, surprise. If Kurt Angle wins this tournament, I'm going to be pissed off. And not because I don't like Kurt, but because it's so fucking predictable. And I mean, you know, Kurt's going through the top 10 to get to the title. That was his purpose in doing that, was to reinvent himself as the best, you know, and prove that he's the best wrestler in the world. How's he going to do this where he only has to win 3 more matches? It's just pissed all over this storyline that he's been working on for months. Anyway, we have Sting and Nash out. Nash says it's not about the money and he loves what he does. If you want his spot, come and get it. He's not the cancer. He says what's happening behind us. Jeff Jarrett out. Just fuck off, Jarrett. I cannot stand Jeff Jarrett. He tries so hard, but he's so shit. TNO's better with Hogan and Bischoff now that they've came in. Matter of opinion. Hogan out, backs Jarrett. Says they're the clowns. Anyway, they both get in the ring. The lights go out. Fortune come in and are jumping Nash and Sting. remember, please, alright, I heard it nowhere else. I was the first one to say that they were Hogan and Bischoff. I'll stick by it. And Fortune will align with them. You won't. I'm good. uh, and anyway, I'll just go through the matches. I really am running out of time. Morgan versus Pope, decent match. Uh, Pope wins, sorry, miles away. AJ versus Dreamer main event. It was a decent match. I was enjoying it. Dreamer got bust open again. There was a few decent spots in it. Fortune came out. EV2 came out. There's a mass brawl. Abyss comes from under the ring where he must have been randomly masturbating or something. He black hole slams Tommy Dreamer. AJ gets the win. And I don't know if this is actually this were on reaction after, I couldn't tell, or if it were actually on the show where Abyss chases Jeff Hardy. If it was, because it was stupid because Jeff Hardy set the ladder up and then the show ended. But anyway, overall tonight, guys, it wasn't the best Impact I've seen. There've been a lot better Impacts recently, but it wasn't bad. It was watchable. To be honest, I think the first hour absolutely sucked balls. The second hour did pick up a bit. Anyway, guys, that's my thoughts. Thank you. Goodbye. Good night. Subscribe.